Jasmycoin this morning, so many cryptocurrencies have popped. Look at this on the daily, guys. Look at this on the weekly. Look at this on the monthly. Is your cryptocurrency one of the ones that's popped? Why are we looking at Jasmycoin? Firstly, we've got a huge Jasmy army here. Secondly, Jasmy is creating some bullish sentiment. We need two levels to overcome. What are the two levels? It's this level here. This is the biggest one. That's the 2 cents. That's the psychological round number, but that's also the biggest area of traded volume within the whole of this range here. So once we break through the 2 cents, then expect these swings to get really big on Jasmycoin. How big? We're going to look, we're going to analyze, we're going to use some Fibonacci analysis. And guess what, guys? What were we talking about in the previous videos? We're waiting for this. Indicator was overbought. Indicator was overbought. We needed a pullback. We got a pullback. We are oversold. We are at support. We've double bottomed. We've broke trend. We're about to test the 200 daily moving average. Wow, that was a lot to take in. Let's dive into Jasmycoin. And there's a big reason that we're looking at Jasmycoin this morning because, like I say, guys, chasing pumps and chasing pumps and chasing pumps. Anybody that's new to crypto that's buying these big, shiny objects, IP 119%, ENA 130%, CFX 188%, when these things pull back 30, 40%, when you're chasing a pump, your P&L is going to come back 30, 40% along with it. So chasing pumps, guys, that is a recipe for disaster. And anyone that's new to crypto, it's something that you probably will do. And it's a lesson that you will learn along the way. So Jasmy hasn't pumped yet. And I've showed you the two key areas. This one, the main one. Once we get a break and a close of 0.01663, I'd expect that to hold. Once we're above the 200 moving average, we're bullish. So expect something like this, guys. And the reason why I say, before we get into this, before we get into projections, before we get into the current moves that Jasmycoin's playing, why don't you chase pumps, guys? Why don't you chase pumps? Remember this. We talked about alluvium on my channel recently. We were talking about alluvium down here. Look what alluvium's done. Just from this recent swing to the upside, to the top of that range. It's not even measuring it. From the bottom to the top of the range, it's measuring 110%. That's one swing, guys. And while we're talking about gaming, while we're talking about alluvium, we're going to get back into Jasmy, but this is all about chasing pumps. Look at this pattern here. This is gaming. That's alluvium. This is chilies. Look at this pattern here. That's exactly the same pattern. It's exactly the same niche. It's exactly the same sector. Guess what? Hasn't had its pump yet, guys. So just I wanted to bring that to your attention. Things that have pumped, you expect a pullback. When you expect a pullback, for instance, alluvium is already pulled back. 23% to the downside. Anyone that's bought up here, 23% to the downside. So you've got to carry the downside before you get any more upside. Before you get any more upside, you need a continuation. This is the importance, guys, of timing your entry. So back into alluvium, back into Jasmy. Right. That's what I'm expecting in the next couple of days, guys. I'm expecting to break and I'm expecting to close. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, but I'm expecting a break. I'm expecting to close at this big resistance point here. This big resistance point is also a big barrier as far as volume is concerned. We know that when we zoom out, you can see there's a big area of volume here. This is the biggest area of volume out of the whole of this range. That is exactly 2 cents, guys. That's why we've got double confluence. We've got a barrier. So something like this is likely to happen. You're going to get a break. You're going to get a break. You're going to come back. You're going to retest this 200. And then you're going to get a push to the upside. Now, what's going to happen during this time as far as the indicators are concerned? We talked about this. We'd said we were overbought. We needed to come back oversold. At this point here, we were overbought. We were at resistance. How did we know we were at resistance? It was the big 2 cent barrier that we were talking about, the biggest area of traded volume within the whole of this range going back years. So we know that that was going to be a resistance barrier. It was overbought. We expected a cool off. We pulled back and then we waited for a break of trend. We've got a break of trend. We're currently about to test the 200 daily moving average. And what will happen to this? What will happen to the stochastic, guys? Is it going to come overbought, and then we want to hold the 200 as it comes oversold? Might not come all the way back down, but you want to hold the 200 while we're coming oversold. And what that's doing is giving enough conviction to come back and test this 2 cent area. Now, are we going to crack through the 2 cent on the first time? What usually happens, guys, is whilst you're trying to crack trend, you're back into an overbought position. That means that the bulls are exhausted. That means it's the bear's turn. The aim of the game is to come back down and put in a higher low whilst the stochastic has done a full reset. Higher low, then you've got enough momentum to push through. So it's like a spring, it's coiling. Each time we're pulling back, we're coiling, we're coiling. As long as we're maintaining a higher low, that means that the bulls have won. That means a continuation is expected. Another continuation to the upside, the bears lay off. And then when you get to the next resistance point, that's the bears' turn. That's where the tug of war battle happens. Then you get your rejection. Remember, you hold that higher low on the rejection. Bulls have still got control. Bulls have still got momentum. Expect another continuation to the upside. So that's how I'd be playing the Jasmycoin move, guys. But once we get through these big swings, we can do projections then. We can add our 1618. We can add our 1272. This doesn't mean it's bull market projections, guys. This means once we get a break of this level here, then we're expecting to start putting swings and swings and swings, putting in higher highs and higher lows until we get to these levels here. So you got your 1272. Where's that gone? You got 1272 here. You've got your 1618 here. So we've already got them on. Let's see where they lay out. You've got your 1272, 0.07295. You've got your 1618 at 0.09056, call it 9 cents. So we've got a little bit of a battle in the short term. Bulls are strong. Bulls have got momentum. We're oversold, sorry, on the stochastic. Tick. We've come back down. We've broken trend. Tick. This, guys, is a double bottom. That means we've held this area of support. Tick. So we know what we need to do in the short term. We know what we've done in the short term. We know what needs to happen next. So if you did enjoy this video, guys, let me know in the comments. I'm going to be doing an Algorand video very shortly, and I'm going to be bringing you lots of alpha today. So get yourself in the Discord group, guys. Get yourself in the Discord group. Look how many of us are in there. There's about 368, 370 of us in there now. But this is just a group of great guys. If you want to be into crypto, if you want to talk about crypto, if you want to learn about crypto, if you want to make new friends, you're not going to make much better friends within the space than this, guys. Absolute legends. So get yourself in there, guys. What you need to do when you do get in the Discord group, you'll come up to this part here. It says start here. Now, this is something for bots because the crypto space is rife with bots. So basically, you say start here. You go at the top of the page, right at the top of the page, and then you solve the captcha. So you solve the captcha. That'll say that you're not a bot. When you're not a bot, you'll have access to all of these great servers here, chart requests, trades, all sorts of different things, guys. So it is completely free. I don't charge for it. It's something that I put my own time into. So it costs me, if anything, guys, but I get to meet all of you great people. So join me in there and I'll see you in the next one.